Hello, salutations. What do you do? It's Dr. Gamer off how to do it. Getting no bombs like Shroud. Let's get it. Welcome once again to the Aftershow Podcast. I am your host, Sadot the Gamer, head naysayer in charge, aka naysayer with attitude. And I'm joined by my two co-hosts, the Ghost of Casual Avenger. His real body is currently devouring deep dish pizza, so we wish him the best. But here in the flesh, mostly, is JayShockblast.
Also known as Casual Avenger.
In his own mind.
Fair.
Actually, let me I don't know why this even saved. I do not need that there. All right, I already have a naysayer headline. There we go. It's in the subhead. Too many naysayers, right? Am I right, Jay?
No comment. I am not getting set up for the okie doke.
Allegedly.
Almost had him. Oh, but we got a fun show today. We were all streaming. This is a stream number 2 for both of us today.
That stream was great.
It was insane. We're going to talk about all that. Suicide Squad Justice League had another W marketing that did not blow up in their faces like a lot of people assumed it would. And we learned a lot. There's a lot to go over. We're also going to talk about the latest craze sweeping the gaming world, Pokemon with guns.
My God, dude, literally, if I turn my TV on right now, you'll see it. Okay.
I knew you'd be playing it.
No, I've been sitting on the menu screen all day. Okay, hold on. Let's just see.
Okay, you're not getting?
No, I just never had a chance to actually play. Dude, look, I'm literally sitting there on the menu screen. I got up at 7 o'clock this morning, or 6:30 this morning, because it's my brother's birthday, and Thor wanted to make sure he said happy birthday.
Of course.
So we got up there and everything, and
I feel like it's the perfect game for you.
Yeah, it really is. It's like Pokemon meets Minecraft with a little bit of Call of Duty.
Yeah, I think I'm actually probably getting an Xbox this year, and we're gonna talk about all the whys, but we also got some Marvel Studios updates. We're gonna talk about a little bit of that, and we'll just shoot the shit. But we're gonna be talking about a lot of Suicide Squad. But first, what's up to the chat? Who we got? I know a lot of people were waiting. Who was first? Who was first? Billy Finn.
Happy early birthday.
Happy early birthday to Michael. What's up, Billy Finn? Congratulations on first. Better luck next time. Cap Tay. We got Navaflow. We got Captain Nova. We got the Savage. Hoarder Gamer. Shout out to Hoarder Gamer. Definitely go subscribe to him. We got Corey Harris. Don't be lucky Ray Gun. We got Arkham. Cloud. Appreciate you. What's up, Jack? Thank you all for hanging out with us on this Friday evening. And with that out the way, I also sent out the bat signal, the suicide signal, the Suicide Squad signal.
Yeah, there's no really good way to say that, is there?
We definitely don't want to send out the suicide signal, Suicide Squad signal.
Yeah,
probably not the Suicide Squad.
We're the X signal.
We're sending out the Aftershow signal. We're sending out the Aftershow. We sent out the Aftershow signal, so somebody might pop in. You never know. We might have some special guests, so just be aware. We'll pull somebody in if they want to pop in. But first, let's just jump right into it. I know one person in particular who was very excited about what they saw. Our buddy
Lejeune,
who also had a cameo appearance during the Bethesda Elder Scrolls showcase. So very excited about the reveals. He gave us a bunch of details about some of the stuff they revealed. It's mostly gear, all the nerd stuff that Jay falls asleep just looking at. So we'll get into a little bit at later. But the big thing for those that missed it was that WB took a swing. This has been done before. It's been done. We saw Avengers do it. And the idea is basically you need eyeballs on your game. Content creators are a way to get eyeballs on your game. So it follows that you would get the top content creators, in this case, streamers in the world, and have them stream your game in particular because those particular streamers just so happen to play shooters. So you would want that to bleed over into their audience, potentially, if they do a good job, showcase the game. Now, there were many ways this could have gone horribly wrong. Mainly, I was just thinking, please don't have Andy or Brian Wagner situation where the game is irreparably broken and or you're falling through the floor or something like that. Now there were bugs. I counted two. There was a 3-hour stream. It was crazy. DrLupo, Tarik, Shroud, top streamers in the world, crack gamers. They streamed this for 3 hours. Suicide Squad playing just nonstop, almost content. And through all that time, they were playing on PC, by the way. I counted two bugs. One was Shroud. He got to the Poison Ivy cutscene, couldn't see Ivy.
I don't
And
think any of them could see Ivy.
I think it might have been for everyone. I just know Shroud was mentioning it.
Yeah, I was on Lupo, so he didn't have it either.
And then Lupo, when he was doing a move on Boomerang during one of the endgame missions, he got locked and he wasn't able to use his gun for a while, but they were able to repair it without reloading the checkpoint or anything like that. Otherwise, the game ran flawlessly. They all had a lot of fun. I stayed tuned after they ended the stream, and Lupo was just chatting in the audience and was like, he had a lot of fun, and you could definitely tell with how they were playing, how they were interacting, asking questions. There was some accidental spoilers, but they definitely overall, I think, cooked. What do you think, Mr. Shockblast? Did that get your seal of approval?
I honestly don't think it could have gone much better. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like as far as these things go, because they're not on like the final build of the game, they're on dev builds. So
Right.
many things could go wrong, and for so few things to go wrong. As somebody that's been to some of these events, like it just happens. There's nothing you can do about it. Like they're in a temporary setup. It's not like they're at the office, like where it's always there and they're always doing it here. They know it always works. They're bringing all this gear into a random location, setting it up, putting these builds up and everything. And it's like so many things could have gone wrong and they didn't. And I think the biggest part that I appreciated was they genuinely looked like they enjoyed it. Like that looked like it was a very genuine reaction. Nothing felt forced. I never doubted it for a minute. Like I said on Twitter the other day.
I can vouch.
Yeah, on the other day, I said, look, this is the right call. Like these are big gamers. They're professionals. Like they know what they're doing. Sure, they absolutely got paid to do this. That's fine. It's promotional. Get that bag. All right. But it's a matter of how you present it. And they came across as sincere and genuine. And it looked like they really enjoyed it. I actually think we will see them streaming this regularly in the future when it comes out, like when they can. I think this is a game that, maybe not as long as we will, but I think that they will absolutely jump into this.
I don't know about Tarik. His King Shark was getting washed, but
yeah, I mean, listen,
Lupo looked like he was having like the most fun.
He was the JayShockblast of that group.
Definitely. Like I mainly was on Shroud. That was my pick from the start. And bro, was he cooking? Oh god, Shroud.
Dude, Lupo figured it out at the end. Like that last round, I think he like 3-1, like 3-1 them.
In the beginning, Shroud was dominating with his dead shot, but then they gave like Lupo like the craziest. First of all, this is just further proof that Boomer is the best character in the game. Like I've been telling y'all this whole time. Like all he had to do was get the right gear on, and he still wasn't completely properly utilizing Boomer because he wasn't using the movement a lot. He was still like standing in one place too often, but they gave him the SMGs from the Bane set, which Tricks Ridiculous actually was able to screen capture the full set bonus perks, and I mean this set is nuts. And he had an SMG that was just absolutely just deleting everything. I think I think he was hitting. I think he hit over 1 million at one point in damage of 1.6 million, and he just swept from the rest of the rounds. Like that's crazy, and it's a fun thing too. The competitive aspect of it.
Oh, they were getting into it.
Yeah, like that's another component they're going to add because they have the end of mission reports and the scores. You can actually have competition within your friends, but they also hinted at, I believe, a PvP type of mode in like the Nightfall, like kind of the Destiny kind of realm. But even without that, they are still in a position where you can not only just enjoy it, just playing the missions, getting better with your friends, but getting into competitions. We had those raid races and everything like that in Marvel's Avengers with Doom. We put it together, but in Suicide Squad, you can actually do it within within the game. You compete to see who gets the top score in certain activities. The end game, the way they set it up is crazy. So this is not only is the Paragon system, which is what unlocks after you get max level 30, you get a brand new skill tree, and you can just continue to play and earn points for that tree, and it has no cap. It just keeps going. But to combine that, the end game also has no cap. so you can just keep scaling the difficulty up, and it'll go along with that secondary tree, which you can use to specialize different skills like traversal attacks and resource recovery. And it's crazy. That's such a good feature. And if you see this Bane set, this is what DrLupo was rocking out with. He had two. I think he had at least two of these pieces. The first one, each melee hit on an enemy has a 50% chance to craze it and a 50% chance to drop a grenade ammo. I think craze is the perk that is that the one that makes them target their enemies, their allies.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, critical hits on crazed enemies. This is if you have 2-piece. Enemies have a 100% chance of spawning a rage zone. This can only happen once every 5 seconds. When you absorb the rage zone's power, it triggers Bane's Rage, which increases all damage dealt by 100% for 20 seconds. That's nuts. And then if you have 3 pieces, Bane's Rage now also increases grenade damage by 200%. And each enemy killed with a grenade while Bane's Rage is active refreshes Bane's Rage and adds a 33% chance of dropping ammo. So obviously, these end game perks are on gear are going to be just absolutely nutty.
Yeah,
and they confirmed that, and this is important. I'm glad they confirmed it. This Bane set is seasonal, and they're going to have seasonal gear sets. The first season is going to be for Bane, and when one of the first things the chat was asking was about FOMO. And, FOMO is going to be a big thing.
I feel like this
wink,
is something
wink, wink.
I should announce.
Wink, wink. but they confirmed that you're going to be able to, if you miss the season on that Bane gear, you'll still be. He said you'll still be able to go back and replay those missions so that you can get those Bane drops. So even if whatever reason you don't have time or you missed out on it, you're not going to have that FOMO. You're going to be able to go back and get that Bane Rage gear.
And that applies to everything in the season. As was also confirmed as part of that. So like those seasonal battle passes, also no FOMO.
Are you actually allowed to say it now?
They said it on the stream.
I don't remember them saying that. I know that I remember saying the FOMO thing about the the seasonal
That was part of the whole
events.
season thing, like because it's seasonal event, seasonal pass. Like one of the devs was in my stream, like confirming it.
Oh, nice. So it's a. I thought they were going to save that for the show for the episode 3
So
of
now
Insider.
the way that you worded it is funny because I interpreted it a different way. I interpreted anything from the season you can go back and get, or once you start,
Right.
it doesn't expire. So FOMO is fear of missing out. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's
I interpret it as because he has 2 questions. Do you keep everything? Do you keep the gear? And if you miss the season, will you be able to get the gear again? And Derek said, I believe so. You'll be able to get the gear. I didn't have the dev in the stream with me, but that's what I heard Derek say.
so so maybe let's put a pin in that, okay? And not go too far with it. But because I was told something at a certain point, the way that I interpreted it, I think I was just thinking we are talking about the same thing.
Mm.
And then when I started saying it, the person agreed. So, and the other person, there was another person in the chat that was like typing it all out because I only caught part of it.
Right.
So, regardless,
It's probably fine.
Regardless, we'll not like make a huge deal about it, but like,
No FOMO.
We'll say that like they said no FOMO on the stream. He said you'll be able to get the gear even after the season is done. If you miss it, you're not out of luck. And I'm under the impression that is anything involving the season. You can always go back, allegedly.
we'll leave that.
We'll leave it at that.
Just in case. But overall, yeah, I thought the in-game showcase was a dub. We didn't get to see the horde mode, but we got to see 3 other in-game mission types, and those first that transition was so cool into the Elseworlds. And they're going to cost a current in-game currency called Prometheum that you can earn by playing missions in Metropolis. So it kind of incentivizes you to not just farm Elseworlds, but do in-game Metropolis missions as well. I'm going to have a lot of fun with that.
So if you were able to play Spider-Man and Batman, I think you'll be fine, but it's tough. It's a movement game. I mean, Spider-Man's a movement game, but like,
my concern would be that it's a shooter.
Yeah, like you're not just having, you're not just having to shoot, you're having to move. Excuse me. So there's a lot going on.
I've heard of people like that being able to play shooters like Call of Duty or something, but
right.
So I'm not 100% sure, but I would hope so.
And I don't want to I'll speak for Sadot because I know how he rolls. Like, obviously we're both going to try to play with, with viewers. I know that members, obviously in my case and probably Sadot's case, get priority. But like with Avengers, both of us, we played with people all the time.
Actually, I have to correct you, Jay. I'm only going to be playing Suicide Squad with DrLupo and Shroud.
Fair.
and people of that level.
He's so close to 100,000 and it's already getting to his head.
Sorry.
We're going to get him there, though.
Only the elites. No, I'm kidding. No, or no.
Well, it sounds like I'm out too then, guys.
Yeah. Well, he does have 300K, so technically he would make the threshold.
Well,
so,
I didn't know that's. I guess I interpreted elite differently too.
Oh, you're definitely elite, Jay. You're a co-owner of WB. How could you not be elite?
That's fair.
They also teased how Jordan. I was going to make a. I'm going to include all that in the video, but yeah, Trick's ridiculous. Shout out to Tricks. He also reposted that. I saw someone spot it. The Elseworlds are interesting. There's a lot of Easter eggs in this game. Also, retweet if you're on Twitter, retweet this High Ruler tweet so that he'll be forced to cosplay as Harley Quinn on
Ooh,
launch day.
how did I
Uh,
miss that?
make sure you do that.
Well, I was at dinner, so
Yeah. Now is known. He's up to 33. He needs 100 retweets. He's at 33 right now.
all right, and we're gonna go ahead and put that right in the chat.
Right there. Yep. Make sure you retweet that to force High Ruler to cosplay as Harley Quinn for launch. But yet we got our little peek at Hal Jordan in Elseworld. So Elseworlds are quite literally just alternate Earths that you're transported to as part of these in-game content.
Now,
And
I'm sure that I didn't mean to cut you off, but I mean, I'm sure as we progress, things will look a little different. I was kind of hoping there would be different terrains, but we'll see. I'm sure they'll have more stuff as it goes.
I know. So and I forgive you for cutting me off. I'll just raise your reparations by about 5%.
I've already paid those off.
You're never done. You're never. You're done.
That's the fear.
You're done when I say you're
That's
done.
why you don't make the first payment.
So in this Elseworld, Hal Jordan is the Green Lantern, and you see the environments are like wastelands or whatever. I do know that there are plans to have different maps, not just changing and evolving maps, but very different maps in particular that are recognizable to some, or I would say many. And I think people are going to really enjoy these special maps.
Allegedly.
Who is that?
That's Michael Jackson in South Park.
Oh, got you. I figured it was South Park.
Yeah. We had to be very careful with that. The ops and WB are watching. But yeah, they're going to be doing a lot with maps. We'll put it that we can say that they'll be doing a lot with maps.
Yeah, I think that was something that was coming up quite a bit. While we were, I'm assuming while you were streaming too, that it's just the same enemies over and over again. And I also feel like you have to consider they're not going to show you the whole kitchen sink right now. Like they're not going to throw the kitchen sink at you. They're going to show you what we've seen. They want there to be surprises. We're like 2 weeks away from the game, if that.
Yeah. They showed a couple new enemy types, but they
all look very sameish.
Yeah, they didn't even show the boss fight. Like, there's actually a boss encounter that leads up to the end game in one of the higher tiers. So they're and I know for a fact there are other modes that they're hiding. Like, we didn't even see the horde mode.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how much there is that they haven't shown, and I feel like they've already talked a lot of people into the door that were straddling the fence, but also like just on the other side. Like it's crazy.
They didn't even show the vehicles. Like, I don't even know if they had them equipped on the build, but we didn't even get to see the vehicles in action.
Yeah, I mean they actually played more of the chapter 3 than I thought they would. I figured they would do a warm up and everything, but like they showed a lot today.
Yeah, but still, just chapter 3 and then some end game stuff, and there's so much left. there's an insane amount of stuff that they haven't shown, and people are just going to be like, what like a lot is going to come out in episode 3 on Monday of Suicide Squad Insider. That one's going to be focused on the end game. And they already teased what to expect. I think people can put 2 and 2 together. The Joker screenshot and the Elseworlds, because a lot of people are asking how could Joker be here? He died in Arkham. I'm just like, bro, how you're a comic fan and you just are just asking that question? Like, literally think for like a second, how would a dead character appear in DC again? Think of the ways.
Well, they definitely one of the big things that we talked about when James Gunn took over DC was tying everything together. And what was the first thing that he did when he talked about these existing movies and what they would mean moving forward? Elseworlds. What are we calling this mode? Elseworlds. So yeah, that's that. I mean, there it is, right there. So it's obviously multiversal. If you think about Brainiac, and one of the things that he does is he goes to different galaxies and different planets and even different dimensions, and he's like the collector. He collects these areas. I think back to like Lego Batman 3. He was going to all these different worlds and like taking them and like placing them on Earth and like
Exactly.
placing all these areas. Like that's what the Brainiac does. So it all ties in pretty well.
Yeah.
I am tired of Brainiac, but I mean, it seems like we're getting a really good Brainiac story. So
Yeah, and the Elseworld, the fact that he collects these worlds and puts them on Earth means that we're going to have missions, Elseworld endgame content that takes place on these worlds, and we're going to run into characters potentially from these worlds, which could include new enemies that could be familiar and new playable characters. Yeah, it's a cool concept. I like what they're doing here, utilizing elsewhere. I was just talking in the chat about kind of the potential if they wanted to take like this Elseworld concept to like more extremes to add more content, like a whole Elseworld expansion where you're going into the Snyderverse or the Batman animated verse.
Batman
Yeah.
Ninja, the
Batman
Batman
Ninja verse.
Ninjaverse.
The Batman Ninja verse.
Let me just tell you, I talked to guys at Rocksteady about my Batman Ninja pitch, and they fucking hated it.
Yeah,
So,
I told that story on shit earlier.
oh god,
oh, they were not feeling it.
hated it.
They were
Like,
not about that Batman Ninja
hated
life.
it. Like,
They,
no, they like it wasn't even. You know who else hates it now? Uncaged Games. Every time I like tweet it, he responds disapprovingly, and I don't think he sees any other tweet I ever send except if it says Batman Ninja. So
it's probably Elon sabotaging you.
yeah, no,
Yeah. James Gunn did not invent Elseworlds. That was existing thing in DC.
yeah.
That would have been cracked if he did, but
Hi,
no.
buddy.
No, that would be they have so many possibilities of doing those type of expansions with the Elseworlds, and obviously, even though they're somewhat limited, hey Thor, even though they're somewhat limited because all the characters have to use guns, the roster of potential Suicide Squad members is still insane.
Hi. He says hi.
Oh,
He said
best
hi.
best boy Thor. Oh,
That's good.
the bed stealer.
Yeah. Yeah, he it's being kind of needy right now.
As he should be.
So, what's up, buddy? Anyway, sorry. Didn't mean to distract everybody with awesome doggy.
No, never apologize for doggies. Apologize for yourself and your privilege, but never for doggies.
You saved me, Thor. All right. You're getting me out of my privilege.
Shout out to Thor. Now I'm imagining that haters are going to try to clip the DrLupo segment and just try to make that seem like that was the entire stream.
Yeah.
I already know that. I already know that tweet's being.
But we got receipts,
Yeah.
which is called the other 3 hours.
Yeah, we can literally just clip DrLupo explaining how much he likes the game.
Yeah.
Or him absolutely wrecking with his SMG.
Yeah, I don't know if any of that counts nearly as much as that like 3 seconds he couldn't see Poison Ivy.
Yeah. That's for some people that's going to be all they need. Oh, he couldn't see Poison. Oh, they're dead game. Yes.
Yeah, they're down bad.
I just said that's just further proof that PS5 is superior to PC.
Well, I mean, if you think about it though, PC has always been the one that has the most issues, right? Like,
Arkham Knight.
yeah, like I feel like every time one of these games comes out, the PC build is the one that kind of suffers. So I think it could have been so much worse. Like and the thing, I think the biggest thing that some people were worried about is, well, what if they suck? They didn't. They're professionals. They figured it out. I never once doubted it.
Yeah, the only one that wasn't going crazy was Tarik on his King Shark. I was watching him play a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I already knew, like, he's not using his Atlantean drop enough. Like with King Shark especially, you don't want to stand in fire. Like you really want to move. And I don't think he had that cracked melee build either set up, because he was just using his guns a lot. But King Shark has a lot of potential, but he's a character that you really have to have the right perks and combinations on in order for him to get really good, similar to the Hulk in an Avengers game. But Boomerang, Deadshot, you could pick up right away. Harley's Derek made Harley look easy, but she's not.
I couldn't watch too much of him because it was only on TikTok, I guess.
Yeah, he was up. I hate TikTok.
And the quality was just terrible.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it because people wanted to see Harley.
Yeah.
And I wanted to show people how Harley's traversal looks when, like, it's actually done by someone who knows what they're doing.
Right.
Because I know a lot of people who played the alpha were having issues with Harley and were wondering, like, how her traversal is going to be. It's technically supposed to be the fastest, but you have to be good at it. Kevin with the 199, appreciate you. Can't wait to be in the call about Batman. That was the best. Batman could beat me anytime.
For sure, D Savage, for sure. But like for us, like my monitor is 4K, so like I'm like expanding it to 4K. I'm streaming in 1440p. It's
I'm streaming on my Mac in 1080, and putting it next. Like, I went from Shroud stream on TikTok on Twitch, and then I went over to Lupo's on YouTube, and then I went over to TikTok to check out Derek's, and it looked like complete shit in comparison.
Yeah, it was just rough. And obviously, and like I'm not like pushing back on you or anything, you know what I mean? But like TikTok is meant for the phone. Like we get 100%. That totally. Yeah, like we get that for sure. But we're just being honest. Like it was hard to show that gameplay because it just looked bad on our end.
Yeah, because we're on desktop. We're not going through the phone. So when people are seeing it, they're just like, if you're watching our stream on your phone, it probably wasn't quite as bad. But from me watching, I was like, it was noticeably worse. But I still, was it was still fine because the gameplay was interesting, and his Harley was going crazy, though he did go down a lot, and we let him know how many times he had to be revived.
It was nice to be able to be the backseat gamer for once.
For sure. That must have been fun.
Now here's a question, because Phantom Pain brings this up. The clan's gonna be so much fun. Are we doing an after show clan, or are we gonna kind of do our own thing?
Kind of feel like that's going. There's going to be a lot of clan potential.
Yeah. And I feel like there's a lot of crossover, and I'm fine. I don't need a Shockblast clan per se. I'm fine if we do an after show, but it's up to you.
I feel like we definitely got to have an after show clan.
Yeah.
At the very least, we got to take advantage of this clan feature.
Yeah,
for sure. Definitely don't want to join Hyrule's clan. All those bald headed guys in one spot, probably going to have 3Ks in their title.
All fun and games until the tiki torches come out.
I'm not about to lobby up with a Hyrule, hearing people in my in their microphone yelling in my ear with, "You will not replace us."
Listen to me, naysayer.
No,
with a
yeah,
hard R.
the hardest R. No,
We're joking.
no, High Ruler is Canadian, so he's
Obviously nice.
obviously the unreasonably nice,
Yeah.
despite being bald and a mostly straight white male.
No. I said naysayer with a hard R. We're good. Sadot gets it.
Do I? No.
Yes, you do.
I could. I'm not going to hang Jay out to dry.
There was who was it? It was the quarterback for Alabama. He has some merch, and what was let it was like let a naysayer
know.
yeah
Let see
let naysayer yeah, it was like LAN or something like that, and like they were trying to describe what it was on ESPN, and the host, which I think was Reese Davis, who is very white, is like, yeah, and I was told it means let a naysayer know, and then Pat McAfee is like, I don't think that's what it means. And so I said it to Sadot, and he died laughing, and now naysayer is our thing. You know what I mean?
Naysayer forever.
I feel like that this is fair. This is fair. Lank, that's that. Oh yeah, Lank, not Land. Lank. You're right, exactly. Because no is spelled obviously with a K.
This naysayer can't spell.
Listen, I went to Outback. Okay, I'm like in steak heaven right now.
Speaking of, I got a little creative this week with my meal plans. I've been switching it up. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna move for a steak. So I got some grass-fed beef, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna step it up. I'm not just gonna get grass-fed beef. I'm gonna get deer and bison. So
venison.
So yeah. So today I had hamburger steak with eggs and a bison ribeye steak. And I felt like a caveman.
There you go. You go.
And I ate the bison steak with my bare hands.
Yeah, my dad, when we lived in North Carolina, I didn't ever go hunting with him, but he would go hunting, and he came home with a couple deer and made some like venison stew. And I tell you, he used to cook that. It used to be a good meal.
Some good eating.
Yeah. And also my story with bison is I am a 3-time Bose Chili cook-off champion. I was so good at making chili compared to all the people that worked at Bose.
Allegedly.
Definitely, I have a picture. I was so good at my chili, all right, that the last year that we did the cook-off, I told him I wasn't going to enter because it was beneath me. And they made me enter. They're like, no, you have to come back. You have to do it. And then rigged it so I lost. Like the person that won, her chili sucked. It was so bad. They just picked her to be the one to win. But my trick was always, it's not just about making a delicious chili. Okay, you had to have your recipe out there, and it's about like catching the eye. So I wouldn't just take red and green peppers. I would put some yellow and some orange in there as well. Color. I always put corn in my chili. Makes it a little sweet.
Loves the coloreds.
Exactly. So, so he always sets me up. I roll.
I could say it.
So then when it comes to the meat, I would always have something like kind of extra. Like I would put, oh man, Kevin from The Office, that moment breaks my heart. So I would put like bacon in it, and it like not a lot, but enough to say bacon was in it. and it like messes with your head. But I always get like a little pack of bison, ground bison, and put it in there. So my ingredients were ground beef, bison, bacon, and you're like, oh, this is obviously good, and it was
Obviously,
good.
but
So
you
that's
lost. So skill issue.
I did lose that last year to the terrible chili.
He was about to say to the woman.
I mean, she was nice, but like it was not a good chili. I do not know why they picked her. And I would have accepted it better if it was like decent, but
Jay wants to scream they got woke so badly.
no. I just knew I just didn't want them to be in a position to beat me, and I kind of sensed it was coming.
I think it's your fault for getting so cocky.
No, we really, this was like a serious thing. It was like people took it seriously. I would have won another time if I had like the first time I ever entered. It was my first year at Bose, and everybody like that made chili went there, sat by their chili and served it. I went back to my desk and took phone calls for 3 hours. So there was just nobody at my thing. So like nobody voted for me.
Yes, skill issue. Pretty sure we established that. Yeah, skill issue.
I'm still friends with her on Facebook. Free Willy Rocks. I'm not plotting my revenge.
He's definitely plotting.
Yeah.
He's definitely a little.
I'm just annoyed because I was like weeks away from leaving Bose with that trophy, and now I don't have it anymore. She got it. It was on my desk for 3 years straight.
That would be hilarious if she was watching this.
I would love it if Michaela was watching the stream.
Damn, put a government out there. Shit.
Yeah.
I have ground venison in the fridge and frozen venison in the freezer. I think theoretically I can turn it into a sausage like shape, but I did have bison hot dogs. Those are pretty good too.
Have you ever been to like Ted's Montana Steakhouse?
Come on, Jay. Do I look like I've been to Ted's Montana Steakhouse?
I mean, it's a big chain. I might have.
I have not.
Okay. Well, they had one in Jacksonville we went to, and it was good. And we actually have one a town over. But
I go to Chinese places in sketchy neighborhoods. Those are my restaurants of choice growing up.
Yeah.
And Pizza Hut, because Pizza Hut used to be popping back in the day.
Pizza Hut back in the day, like Pizza Hut, we were just talking about this. We were at Outback. My brother wanted to go to Outback for his birthday, so that's where we went. It is like depressing how much worse they've gotten.
So bad. I didn't fully believe it because I remember like Pizza Hut was incredible in the 90s. Like,
yeah,
it was so good. And I saw they had it on Uber Eats. So I was like, you know what? Let me order some Pizza Hut. Let's see what they hit for. And it's bad.
Yeah,
it's bad.
It's nowhere near what it used to be. I mean, look, my steak was good, but the simple thing that I used to go there, I would get their like Aussie cheese fries. It was just basically fries with like cheese and bacon. You know, it's not hard to mess up. But the fries they use now suck. Like they've changed the fries like 5 times over the years. So I don't know.
It's crazy that when I was younger, Pizza Hut was the GOAT and Domino's was just cardboard. It was just trash.
Domino's is pretty solid.
Yeah, Domino's actually had a whole glow up. Like they did it wasn't just marketing spin. Like they had a whole, like Papa John's still tastes like shit, but despite all their marketing, but Domino's legitimately is actually good now. Like I had a run where I was getting like Domino's for my pizza consistently, especially you substitute the tomato sauce for the Alfredo sauce. Perfection.
When I was in New York City for the Redfall event, Johnny Rocker and I found this place. It was like an old church that had been turned into a pizza place. And it wasn't like traditional New York style pizza, but like whatever pizza we got was like incredible. It was like really good. Not like a traditional New York slice though. And then of course,
you always find good slices like in like those unassuming spots.
yeah. And then of course, when I went to Chicago, and Casual Avenger stood me up, um, we went to Lou Malnati's and their pizza. Like I've had their pizza drop shipped from Chicago to here. Like both times or all three times I went to Chicago, I think I had Lou Malnati's. It's so good.
That's
Actually,
totally.
the second time we went to Giordano's, actually,
You
it was
drop shipped. You got them drop shipped.
yeah. There's like a place you can order them from, and they'll like. I mean, like you can order like my buddy Madman and we like went in like halves, and we ordered like 10 pizzas. So he took 5, I took 5, and like it's not cheap, but Little Caesars.
Little Caesars is great hood pizza. Like like if you're low on funds, you're in the it's late at night. You need some quick pizza.
You just
I mean,
walk in, take it out. I'm mad at them
literally
though.
literally it's $5. You walk in, grab a whole pizza, walk out.
No, but I'm mad at them though because they had a Call of Duty skin, and for the last wrestling pay-per-view, we had some friends coming over, and they were picking up pizza, so I just grabbed a couple pizzas from there so I could get the Call of Duty skin. I sent them in my receipt and they rejected it. Like, what do you mean you rejected it?
Jay has beef with so many places purely because of trying to cash in on promotional tie-ins.
Seriously. But I will say this, had a very good experience with Gfuel. They did not ship me one of the things I ordered, and I was like, hey, I only got 2 of the items, one of them's missing. And they're like, oh, well, all of our packing is recorded, so we'll review the footage and get back to you. I'm like, okay, well, I look forward to you shipping me what you didn't send me. And then they over the weekend they got back to me and like, oh yep, we looked at it. You were right. We'll send you the extra item, and it arrived. So cool.
If Jay ever becomes president of America, he's definitely going to have a full customer service overhaul as his like first agenda. Like before everything, the wars, poverty. Like no, we're getting the customer service for these game tie-ins.
But when we fix that, everything else will just fall in line.
Of course, exactly. I will say that there's like two legit things on the menu. Like for $5 pizza, it's solid, can't beat it. But the cheesy bread and the pretzel crust slap. It's a limited time thing. They whip it out like every couple of months in a year. Like it's a whole event. But when they do, be on the lookout because Little Caesars pretzel crust pizza absolutely slaps.
I have left some Yelp reviews in the past.
That does not surprise me at all.
I think I've maybe left and they're all positive, but I don't like leaving negative reviews. I will only leave positive reviews.
Classic Jay. He's even a shill when it comes to restaurant reviews.
Yeah. No, because like when you've got a favorite spot, man, you want to make sure that you're helping them out.
Well, oh, for sure, yeah. I recognize how important it is to local business to have those reviews. So I'll always leave 5 stars on my app when I do it through the phone, either whether it's Instacart or Uber Eats. I'll always try to leave 5 stars if it is an ass, which
I think I left an Amazon review for a like a $50 PlayStation Network gift card.
Why?
Because like I was completely trying to be funny. Like I don't remember what I wrote, but I thought it was pretty funny.
That's different. Jay is Keith Lee now. That would actually be hilarious if Jay started doing TikTok food reviews and telling people have a blessed day.
Wait, Keith Lee, like the wrestler?
He's a famous TikToker who does he used to be a professional fighter actually, but he does TikTok food reviews. He's very famous now.
Hold on. Keith Lee.
I think that's what he's talking about.
Oh, does he have dreads?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of
Of course, you're thinking about a wrestler.
yeah, but you'll like him. Hold on, I was thinking of this Keith Lee. Share screen.
Why would you think I like him?
Because he's black.
Of course. Bigot.
No, it's from The Office. It's allowed. Daryl from The Office.
No, the absolute funniest was we were crying on stream, bro, during the Xbox showcase.
Yeah.
when
the guy that looked like the June.
He looks exactly like Lejeune. I actually thought for a second Lejeune was like on the stream. Like I was like, does he work at Bethesda now? why is Lejeune on the Elder? Why is he in an Elder Scrolls stream right now? Bro, I was crying. And then Tricks Ridiculous was like, he doesn't know if he's allowed to laugh at this. Because and then Cammy, bless her heart, she saw the post and she found the dude because of course she knows him, and she tagged him and said he's a
yeah.
Nice. That's so.
I got an email from Cammy. It was great.
I did too. I sent her back a reply telling her that it was indeed nice. She gave me a heads up that she would be sending me a nice email, and it was indeed a nice email. But that Xbox showcase was so. Jay, credit where credit's due. Your years of shilling for Xbox might actually be paying it off, because I'm not gonna lie, Xbox kind of cooked.
I'm gonna take it.
I'm
not.
not.
Let you. I'm just gonna let it sit there.
I mean, I'm not totally sold on Avowed. That looks kind of jank, but Hellblade 2, one of the best looking games I've ever seen, and the Indiana Jones game looks awesome. I was shocked that it was coming out this year.
Yeah,
shocked. I tell you,
I loved I loved the Outerworlds, which Obsidian also made. I think that was on PlayStation, right? Yeah. I don't know.
I remember. I know this. They had the surprise was the Square Enix game. It's the Mana.
That game looked really good. I know that's not going to be like exclusive,
but
that game looked really good, and I would not have like considered it before. But
can we talk about how the best Pokemon games of 2024 or in the last 20 years are not actually Pokemon? like Mana was a game by Square, and it's literally Pokemon with Kingdom Hearts. And I we were actually going through the stream and looking at some of the Mana creatures. Some of them were line for line actual Pokemon designs. Like, I don't know how they didn't get DMCA'd. Some of them were literally actual Pokemon. Like, it was like Power World, which we'll talk about in a minute. Most of them look different. Like, obviously we know what they're doing, but some of the designs of Mana World were literally copied directly from Pokemon. Like, there was no distinction. But it did look fun, and the Indiana Jones game looked great. I know people were like like concerned or confused about it being first person, but I'm like, bro, it's Machine Games. Like, they did Wolfenstein. Like, why would they not do a first person game like that? That's their whole thing. And after playing the Avatar game, I could definitely see why more studios aren't afraid to embrace like the action adventure, because they could have done third person, but then you're just making Uncharted. Like, and I like that they were like, you know what, we have a style that worked for us with the Wolfenstein games, so we're gonna make a more immersive Indiana Jones game by making it first person. I saw someone make a really goofy suggestion that it should have not only been third person, but it should have had free flow Arkham combat. Which, guys, play more games. Jesus fucking Christ. Play more games. Please. But I think it suits the game. Like, I was looking at the trailer, I was like, okay. little uncanny valley on the faces for Indy, but obviously Troy Baker, because you have to. I think it's literally in his contract that if you're making a AAA game,
He has to be in it.
You have to hire him to voice
Yeah.
to voice it. But as soon as I saw Tony Todd, I was like, okay, well, I'm buying the game now. So, well, getting a code for the game now. But I'm definitely playing this because Tony Todd. I gotta support my boy Tony Todd, and the game actually looked fun.
Indeed. Yeah, I'm not a big Indiana Jones fan per se, but I'm gonna watch.
How dare you?
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I never really it was never something that resonated with me when I was growing up because I was there. Like that was during my time, when all those movies were coming out.
Yeah, how is that possible? Like,
I don't know. Star Wars.
It's Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, I don't know. Just didn't happen. I mean, I've seen the movies, but I don't know. I wasn't as into him as everybody else.
I love Indiana Jones and Star Wars and Terminator. All the things I was supposed to love.
Yeah.
I didn't skip any of them.
Yeah.
The later, I mean, I still haven't watched any of the later Indiana Jones because I'm keeping my memories pure.
I'm gonna definitely I definitely want to play it though, and I feel like I understand where they're coming from. Making it first person. They're saying you're seeing it through the eyes of Indiana Jones. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it's very cool, and like especially seeing some of the missions, the cuts, the set pieces, the whip combat.
Yeah,
it suits a first person experience, and I'm glad that Machine Games didn't feel. I'm sure they were considering like, oh, everyone's expecting us to do maybe like an open world, Tomb Raider style indie game, but we're in a award-winning studio for a reason from doing the first-person Wolfenstein game. So let's stick to that and just adapt it to indie. And I thought they, from what I saw, did a good job. Now I hope it works because I was personally surprised that it was announced. Like I did not expect that at all. Like when they announced it in 2021, when they said they were going to have a first look, I thought it was going to be like the Ninja Turtles Last Ronin first look, where it's like, okay, we're gonna do it. Like it was, I thought it was a little bit more like, okay, we got a cinematic trailer, and we're gonna say 2025 release date or something like that. And when they said 2024, I was like, excuse me, this year.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think I'm more excited for Avowed to be honest. But I'm definitely looking forward to both of those games. Not as much Hellblade and not the other game, Ara.
Yeah. I don't
not
play,
for me.
I don't play Civilization games, but
yeah it looks good.
Yeah, Hellblade 2, I'm just curious. I'm somewhat curious about just because it looks great. I'm
right.
not invested in the series at all, but it does look good, and it's like it's probably, I'm sure it's going to be one of those games that gets nominated just off reputation.
Yeah.
But this is like kind of the main reason I was considering buying an Xbox, because originally I was just like I was considering it because I was like, well, if I get Game Pass, I can get Fable 2 and just replay that. But now Pokemon with Guns is taking over the world. It's over 1 million copies sold in 8 hours. That's
crazy.
And it's in early access.
Yeah. I was watching Moxie play it a little bit on Twitch.
Same. We were probably in the same stream.
I met Moxie at that Redfall event. Really nice guy. And I was watching him play it, and it looks fun. Like I haven't, because of the stream, the Suicide Squad stream, which is way more important. And I just woke up and had to get stuff done today, so I didn't get a chance to play it yet. I'm looking forward to it. Tomorrow we're going, like, it sucks. I'm not gonna be able to do it probably tomorrow until tomorrow night because we're going to this Red Sox thing that my wife just ruined for me. Because well, no, it's not really her fault, but I was under the impression that we have autograph tickets that we would get to pick who we meet, and apparently if they're not there during the slot you pick, then you're fucked. I just want to meet David Ortiz. I just want to get my picture taken with David Ortiz. That is literally all I wanted. I bought tickets for myself, my wife, and my mom for Christmas. They're $100
You really want to
each.
call him, and you really want to call him Big Poppy to his face.
Listen, I've met him before. Super nice guy, but it was before the days where everybody had a phone on their camera, or a camera on their phone.
Yeah, he came from the days where you had to dial the phone by spitting.
I had a flip
the
phone.
thing.
I had a flip phone. It didn't have a camera on it. So like I couldn't get a picture with him back then. And I randomly ran into him at a mall in Tampa. And he was super nice. And obviously like my favorite Red Sox player of all time.
Of course.
So I don't even care about getting an autograph. I just wanna get my picture with him. That's literally all I want. And if he's not there during my time slot, I'm going to ask for someone's manager.
He's going to go full Karen. You forgot Pokemon was slavery because you can enslave people. You mean Pokemon. that's the hilarious thing, because and it's correct that they called it satire. So because there's a PC Gamer article that's getting dunked on right now because they tried to virtue signal by calling out the game for animal abuse and all this other stuff, and clearly not understanding that he's the butt of the joke. Because it's even funnier that he admitted that he's a big Pokemon fan and never even thought about it. I'm like, bro, you're literally who they're making fun of. Like that's the point. It's Pokemon with guns, and they highlight the fact that the entire premise of Pokemon is that you're enslaving a species, a sentient species of animal, and forcing them to do combat with each other. That's the actual premise of the game.
It's glorified cockfighting.
It literally is. Like you're no better than Michael Vick, and he went to jail.
Well, since you put it like that, I'm sorry, Umbreon. You are free.
There you go. All they did was just lean into it.
Yeah, I saw somebody tweeted something earlier. Like one of the Pokemon, it will like basically become a surrogate parent for any like young Pokemon that hatch. It'll raise them and then it'll release them and hunt them and kill them.
I mean, that's nature.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like, whoa, that's wild. Don't want that guy.
You definitely don't want that one. But
yeah.
The game looks hella fun. Obviously, if games journalists are clutching their pearls, it's a banger. So I'm definitely on board to make that a pickup for Xbox when I eventually pick one up, which I think
Did
I
they
will.
really?
Oh yeah, I do remember that from the review.
I mean, imagine calling that out in a game where they took 3 prisoners, put bombs in their heads, and made them run on suicide missions.
IGN, by the way, gave PAL World an 8 out of 10. So.
Yeah. Well, now we like them.
Well, now slavery's fine, but because they're cute, and I can fight with it. But yeah, Ivy putting a bomb in Ivy's too far. Putting a bomb in the head of a supervillain to force her to help save the world, too far.
Yeah.
We have morals over at IGN, allegedly. No, I think people take it too seriously. I'm already seeing like the mobs are picking back up again. I saw that WB is going to be facing another potential cancel campaign, which is going to be a lot more money. It was reported that they're currently taking pitches from writers for new Harry Potter shows. And I actually pulled this up from Culture Crave.
By the way, confirmed, Hogwarts Legacy, the highest selling game of 2023.
The only game to beat, only non COD or Rockstar game to pull it off, which is crazy. The hilarious thing about that was that, and people were dunking on them for this, the Game Awards reposted that announcement that Hogwarts Legacy was the highest grossing game of 2023, and everybody dunked on them for because
I
because
can't believe people are still crying about it. Like you lost. You lost.
like that's funny. So but this is going to be a whole thing for sure. So they're obviously we already knew they were greenlighting a Harry Potter show that is going to basically tell the story of the original series, but in TV form. They said Martha Hillier, Kathleen Jordan, Tom Moran, and Michael Leslie are among those who have made pitches. J.K. Rowling is expected to be involved in the decision making on the series. So
Michael Leslie, isn't that like Zod?
is it that? Is
Uh,
that Michael Shannon?
oh, you're right. You're right. That's what I was thinking. I don't know why. Anyway,
It's because you're getting old. So
there.
that's gonna become a thing, and compare that to Daredevil Born Again also got some good news. Compare that to discussing film covering the exact same story.
I honestly, I'm kind of like, I don't follow them, but I'm kind of over them. Like during like the writer's strike, like they would just like
Throw shade at
editorialize everything, and it's
yeah
like, all right, cool, I get it. Like if you want to if you want to be a news site, just give me the news. Like sterile. I
yeah
don't need your,
yeah. So Culture Crave just basically reported what happened. That WB is taking pitches for the Harry Potter shows, and discussing film covering the same story said known transphobe J.K. Rowling has now reported to be an active exec producer on the Harry Potter series, where she will be involved in the show's decision. And they, of course, turned off comments, so no one's allowed to reply, which naturally means that everyone is in the quote tweets.
Yeah.
And to
Yeah,
me,
I don't.
to me, it's like, yeah, if you're a news site, yeah, the editorializing is a bit annoying, and also just locking the comments. Like, let the comments fly.
Listen, you're so mad about it, you covered it as news so that you could get the exposure.
And the money.
It's fake, it's phony. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You can't get the engagement. Like if you really don't believe in it, then you shouldn't be spreading the news about it. You know
Yeah,
what I
because
mean?
they're making money on that post.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I mean, look at 1.5 million views.
yeah, they're not going to turn on that. They're not going to turn down that ad rev. You know,
It's at least
they're paying for their blue check mark.
a box of donuts.
Yeah, at least DLC coming to Hogwarts Legacy. Jay obviously as an employee of WB would know that, but I'm pretty sure they're just moving on to. I think they're just moving on to a sequel.
I would, yeah, and that's the thing, and I think that's kind of one of the things that is appealing to me. Why live service games are so appealing to me, because moving on to a sequel means like a couple years, in between games. Whereas, if they took Hogwarts Legacy and just were able to expand on it, you could get content out much faster.
Like a Hogwarts Legacy online.
I don't know, but that's why I think like hearing all the ideas of what Suicide Squad could be, and the way that they're gonna like take the map, the living map. We didn't even talk about that. Like the map is living; it updates as you do things, as
Yep.
things change.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and they got to see a little bit of it it's in real time, and it really is just impressive how it performed relatively to how much is going on. Like it's not just the particle effects, but the size of the map and the fact that they can actually have it change with you as you play stuff. That's gonna be crazy. Then of course you have the day night cycle. You could change. There's going to be dynamic weather. All things that are going to be in the game at launch. So people worrying that they're going to have to wait for a separate patch. It's going to be there. The one thing you're going to have to wait for is the offline they haven't announced when that's coming. But
Breaking news.
Ooh, what kind of breaking news?
Breaking news about the game we're talking about. Brand new.
Oh, what we got? Is that a trailer? Oh, so it's a TV spot. There's no audio.
Oh,
Boomer.
I have audio. How do I make sure there's audio?
God, skill issue.
Do you want me to just I'll send it to you and you can do it?
Yes, I'll do it.
Okay.
But I saw Will Arnett, so it's already a W.
It's in the round table.
It's in the round table. All right. W's in the chat for Will Arnett. That's my guy. But we got a brand new Suicide Squad TV spot featuring star Will Arnett.
Just got rid of White Deadshot. Jesus.
Good riddance.
Well, you see who he's dressed as.
Yeah. All right. Now, I'm going to put up Twitter. Turn the audio on. And then we share. And now we react.
Superman?
Don't you see? They're the bad guys. We get to kill the Justice League. Damn dog, Batman!
And he died. So there you go.
Kal-El's about to get shot in his D.
Superman?
I don't know who that is.
They're the bad guys.
I recognize the guy that's dressed as Harley Quinn.
Justice League.
Yeah. I forgot where he's from.
Damn dog, Batman!
February 2nd, you get to shoot Superman in his D.
What's up, Weedum boys? Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
Yeah, short, sweet, funny.
Where's the marketing? They spent the marketing on Will Arnett.
Oh god, I do not miss those conversations about Spider-Man 2. Where's the marketing? Where's
the now all those same people are mad that the game got released too soon.
Oh, of course, yeah. They wanted they were complaining when they weren't, announcing anything. Oh, it's 20. They announced it in 2021. By the end of the year, people were like, "Where's the mark? Where?" The 2022 hit, and they were like, "Where's Spider-Man 2? Where's?" and then when it comes out, and they found out they were up against deadlines, they cut a bunch of stuff. It was like, it should have been delayed. They should have took their time with the game.
It's so funny.
Like, I fucking hate gamers, bro. Yeah. Like you can't have it both ways. Either you wait and let the developers spend as much time as they need to get the game right, and you shut the fuck up and let them do it, or you can comply. You can bitch and complain, and then you get a rush game, and when you do, you can't say shit about it. Because you asked for it.
They will.
Oh, of course they will. They want to have it both ways. They want to whine if the game is not coming out fast enough. They want to whine some more if the game comes out rushed. Like you can't win either way.
Bootlicker.
Yeah. How much did they pay you?
Yeah. God, that bingo card is so good.
Oh, it's the best. I got a lot of use out of it immediately, but it's been quiet the last couple of days. I haven't been bait tweeting like Jay, but So I haven't run into it.
Well, listen, there's only so many people that can have their father's death used against them.
Yeah, that nonsense is exactly why I don't engage as much. It's 2024. It's time to just block these weirdos and move on.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, it's funny because like you can tell when you tweet something and like somebody's like sharing it on their Discord or something, like oh, let's go yell at this guy,
What if it's
because
what if this is just been Tony Bang the whole time?
I mean that guy's sad. I don't know.
That would actually be hilarious.
Yeah, I remember
because I know that is. I bring up Tony Bang because I know that's one particular Discord where they do in fact talk shit about people behind their back.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because like I don't know. I remember back in the Marvel Heroes days, he used to make like lots of videos and stuff, and people would like talk shit about his accent and everything. And I don't know. I always thought that was a really lame thing to do. Like you can't control where you're from. Like he good video, he makes good video, and he's very smart. Like he knows the science, he knows the math. I just wish he wasn't such a dick.
That's the one downside.
Yeah, like I'm not the type of person that like wants people to be unsuccessful. Like I even like when Midnight Suns was a thing, I even recommended him. I'm like, yeah, this is the guy that'd be really good for the game. I think he would really do well.
Jay,
I don't know.
Nice guy, Jay.
Yeah, like I'm real.
Always putting on for his ops.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is, but I also made sure some people didn't get the game. No, one person.
There is a growing list of people who are not going to be getting superhero games in particular.
Listen, when I start quote tweeting people, it's not necessarily like I'm looking for backup or anything. It's to make sure people see. Okay.
Jay has a lot of important people who follow him.
Yeah. I mean, I do, and I hate it. Like every time there's another important person that follows me, like, fuck, I have to be good.
Yep, he cannot tweet the hard R.
And it lasts for like 3 or 4 days, and then I'm back on my shit.
Yes, we know about the guy who abandoned his family on Christmas to make a
I thankfully have not heard a single word from that guy. Like I don't even like care.
I've honestly forgot about.
I really did. I forgot it. All right, so like obviously we make the joke about oh man, he got up on a horse on Christmas Day and spent hours thinking about us, but like that's honestly the last time I even like really even seen anything from that guy.
That was so cringy. I haven't been paying attention. I'm sure he's now either grifting as a Suicide Squad hater while promoting it, saying because he admitted he's going to buy it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, I've honestly had never heard of the person. I had no idea that they had any following whatsoever. I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever. Go do your thing, bro. Go fuck your horses.
He definitely does. Actually, he probably lets them fuck him. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's probably what's happening over there.
Hmm.
Someone should actually check on those horses.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah, him and there are some other creators who are definitely on the list. If they if they were hoping to get review codes.
Yeah,
it ain't happening for you.
Yeah, I'll never forget. There was this one time I was looking through somebody's mentions just to see if I recognized any of the people. It was one of those tweets that went out like, oh, hey, creators, if you're interested in this game, here's where you can do, and all these people are making a pitch. I'm like, oh, let's see who's in here. Oh, you're in there. Well, hey, by the way, see this tweet right here? Look at this Miller mega thread. Oh, yeah, we're going to go ahead and pass that on to security. We'll make sure they never get anything.
Miller doing the Lord's work.
I have that tweet like bookmarked.
It is a Miller. Never get on Miller's bad side. He will find you
I
He will
almost feel like I should just
and
retweet it
destroy
right
you.
now.
You kind of should.
All right,
It
let's.
it's a throwback. Call it Throwback Friday.
Yeah, just a random retweet.
We know Miller is a goat when it comes to data mining games, but when it comes to finding dirt on somebody, he's a menace. Like he eviscerated Kyle. like there's
Oh,
so much
do I not
ammo.
have it?
There's so much ammo now. Thanks to him. Holy.
All right, I'm gonna have to find where I saved it. I know I have a bookmark somewhere. I'm gonna randomly retweet it one of these days. I don't remember where I.
So I don't know if I want to. I don't know if we should. We should respect Ryan Reynolds and not show the leak.
Oh, the
But
long hair.
no, I was thinking about obviously those, but we got to see a promo poster
Oh,
that leaked of Deadpool for Deadpool 3. But the interesting thing there is that the first trailer appears like it's going to be at the Super Bowl.
oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
so that's the poster. So there's a poster with a Deadpool and Wolverine on it. Looks amazing. But the first trailer is supposed to be at the Super Bowl, which is it still in February? I haven't watched the NFL in
Yeah, it'll
6
be in
years.
February. So this weekend is the quarterfinals. Next week will be the semifinals, and then they usually have like 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. So yeah, it'll probably be like
February 11th.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, yeah, because I'm not. Yeah, I don't watch foosball anymore. Just NBA for me.
Yeah, I must not. I don't know where I put that tweet. Oh well, that sucks.
Yeah, they definitely should have just done a beta, especially since they ended up lifting the NDA on the alpha, which defeats the purpose
Right.
of the alpha. Yeah, I feel like that part. They've had some marketing W's for sure. I feel like that part wasn't fully thought through because they didn't. Because I don't think they anticipated the preview event blowing up in their face like that, which obviously Miller did. Because when when you invite legacy media to preview events at your own risk, like usually they can be pretty chill, but I would have definitely done my research on their coverage up to that point, and I definitely just wouldn't have invited IGN period. But in the case of Suicide Squad, I probably would have favored content creators over reviewers this time around, because I would have recognized that the consensus in the legacy press is to basically shit on the game no matter what. So I would have been like, maybe like screen this a little more. Don't let them in, but don't necessarily be afraid of criticism. Like I would have definitely had skill up there. Like
I feel like the reason IGN is there is because there's a strategic partnership with them long term in terms of a lot of things. And it's just one of those things where it's expected.
if it's not much of a partnership if they can't even bother to send someone who even who is interested in playing the game. Like
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I get it. I understand it, but like at the end of the day, IGN somehow still has a massive following.
yeah,
You know,
it's partly they definitely get a lot of hate clicks, but they've transitioned to digital, and I think that that's why they're still just like big bland corporate, but they'll throw in those cringe hot takes to get that viral traffic.
yeah, and then they just keep tweeting it over and over again.
Yeah.
But that's like people are like, oh, you wanted this and everything. I'm like, no, they do this all the time. It's just stupid. You just don't notice it.
Yeah, for sure. Like IGN usually just does like bland straight line reporting, but when they're trying to get some traffic, they'll just throw in like a crazy hot take. And unfortunately, Suicide Squad was next on the chopping block to get like a bad faith IGN review.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I guess I was at the same session as that guy because Caboose said he met him, but I'm oblivious. I don't know who any of these people are.
Yeah, Caboose? Who's that? I mean,
obviously I know them.
What's
but like all the other people,
Lajoon? What was his name?
Lawan.
La January. No, that's the guy. Jat Slayer, you should have no feelings about Wolverine's outfit from leaked images because they're not leaked images. They're hacked images. They are stolen from a pre-alpha build of the game.
Are we sure he's not talking about Deadpool?
I hope he's talking about Deadpool because those are also leaked. Those are also stolen. And we had Ryan Reynolds himself say, "Hey guys, stop doing it." They're on location, and you got paparazzi with telescopic lenses, giant lenses, peeking in, catching all their checking all this stuff. I thought like it's not meant for you to see it that way. Like if you look at the poster looks incredible. But if you're just looking at an image of the suit when they're literally just walking around the set, like there's no production on it, there's no effects. It's not being presented the way it's supposed to. Like if you I've seen set photos. Like I remember seeing set photos of leaked set photos of Supergirl in the Flash movie, and people were like, "Oh, that looks like complete shit." like what? What is this? They were making fun of it, and then when we actually saw the movie, everybody was simping for her because of how good the suit looked, and I'm like, "Yeah, like it's finished." I mean, the rest of the movie wasn't, but but the suit at least it's not the final version. It's not the final look. Like you have to understand when it comes to leaks like that, you're seeing it. You don't know where the timeline is because everything isn't shot in order. You don't know what finishing touches they're going to add. You haven't seen, especially when it comes to a movie, you're not seeing it through the film lens the way it's supposed to be sent it with any effects on it or anything like that. You're looking at raw leaked images that aren't supposed to be shown, and people are just reacting and judging like, no, like let them cook. And keep your expectations in check and wait for an official release. And if the official version in promo is bad, they can always change it like they did in Sonic when they first revealed it, and it sucked ass. But you know what? It's changed.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like it used to be back in the day, like they went and they filmed their movies, and you didn't have the internet to spoil everything,
Yeah.
and you got to just go and see it, and it was great, or it wasn't. So, and now I feel like every day there's somebody like posting stuff from the sets. It's crazy. Like, I don't know.
I'm basically at a point where I'm just gotta mostly mute Deadpool 3 because every time it's something new from the set, I'm just like, bro, I don't want to see that. I'm going as surprised as possible because I think this might potentially be the last MCU movie. Like the way things are going, like this might be the last good one we see for quite a while. like look if you look at the upcoming lineup of MCU movies, we got Captain America Brave New World, which they literally just had to completely reshoot the entire movie. And we have what? We have Spider-Man 4 eventually. You have the Thunderbolts, which keeps going back and forth on Century Actors. We don't know what's going on with that. The Blade, a movie which has gone, which Mahershala nearly abandoned the movie because of how bad it got, but with the writers. So it's not allowed to look for it. Like we have Avengers. We don't know what's going on with Avengers 5 really, because they have to they either have to replace Kang and his whole storyline, or they have to recast him. Figured.
Why do I feel like I don't know, maybe it was like a meme, but I feel like Jonathan Majors just got hired or something.
No way.
No, I don't know. I thought I saw something where I don't know. I guess not. Something about him being in DC now.
Jonathan Majors joining DC would be crazy.
Yeah.
No. Not Denzel Washington as Kang. Denzel Washington as Blue Marvel.
All right, it was the Onion. Never mind.
It's the there you go.
I just saw it in passing.
Yeah, so you got to check.
Yeah,
I'll get
that
you.
sucks.
Yeah, Denzel Washington is Blue Marvel, not Kang. He is excellent. Did you see Equalizer 3? It's on Netflix. It's a perfect action movie. Perfection. I rented John Wick 4 and I got like halfway through almost, and it just wasn't keeping my attention. But when I threw on Equalizer 3, all eyes, pure focus, it was perfect. All three movies, absolute bangers.
You know, as you know, there's a lot of movies I haven't seen.
A lot of everything he hasn't seen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they can't all be Spaceballs.
They can be better.
Doubt.
See, Jay's living in the past. Jay cannot let go of Spaceballs, his childhood. Yeah, Denzel's definitely too cool to play Kang. Honestly, Kang sucks. Like let's keep it. Kang is a shit character, but we were willing to give it a shot. Jonathan Majors, did a good job with what he had, but Kang is ass as a character. Secret Wars. This all should have been about Doom. This all should have been about Doom and the Beyonder. No one cares about Kang the Conqueror. Kang is trashed here as a villain.
I don't know. Kang is definitely pretty cool, but I don't know. If Majors didn't get fired, I feel like we wouldn't be saying that because he was really good.
I would be saying that because he got his ass beat by Ant-Man.
Ant-Man's cool.
Getting beat up by Ant-Man is wild. like you get stabbed by Lady Loki. You get your ass beat by Ant-Man. Hey, you're supposed to be the big bad of the next phase of Marvel. Come on, bro. What are we doing here? Like, can you imagine if Thanos in one of his first appearances got his ass beat by Black Widow and Hank Pym?
Oh man, King Greek out here. A good King Greek tweet dunking on some people.
Ooh, let's see it.
Let's
blow it up.
Everyone has issues with the UI on the screen. Guess what, though? You can turn the whole thing off. The literal entire HUD.
Literally entire HUD right at the top.
Piece by piece, you can go through here and just start turning each individual thing off piece by piece.
Bro, I did not. I did absolutely did, but even before they brought this up on stream, because when Dr. Lupo asked if because he wanted to turn off something, I brought up the fact that we've been streaming basically at that point. I think they were in like hour 2. Nobody had mentioned the HUD. Like literally, they've been watching them play this game for 2 hours. People are locked in, saying like, "Oh, look how good Shroud's doing. Look how good." Nobody one time mentioned the HUD.
In my chat, at least a time or two, my buddy Manny mentioned that the tutorial thing was still on the screen, but that was really it. Like the tutorials kept popping up, so we all know to turn that shit off right away.
Yeah,
you know,
and that's what he did. That's what he asked for, and then they showed the whole settings menu where you could turn the entire thing off or just individual thing. But I was in my chat. Nobody at any point. I was looking at the chat too. Nobody at any point mentioned the HUD. But if you have Twitter, if you go by Twitter, it's the worst thing ever. It's unreadable. Oh, it's so bad. It's the worst HUD ever. It makes the game unplayable. It's the worst. And we get 2 hours through the stream. Lupo, all of them are killing, having a good time. Everyone's watching them. You have some trolls, but no one is mentioning. I even had a couple of trolls. None of them mentioned the HUD. None of them said, "Oh, look at the UI, look at it," because nobody cares, because that's not how it works. Like everyone knows, if you act, because that's how you know those people on Twitter are either lying or literally only play cutscene games. They don't play MMOs. They don't play shooters. Everyone knows if you look at that HUD, if you'll see way worse in games in the genre, and a lot of information you're not going to notice while you're playing or even watching people play, because it's a lot. It just briefly pops up on the screen, a lot of it, for the most part, and a lot of it is necessary information. The one thing Lupo wanted to get rid of was the tutorials, and that's it. He left everything else up. But even with the tutorials on, almost nobody noticed or said anything about the HUD the entire time.
And that was the thing that I thought was funny and that I was going to mention. They stopped purposely to go into and fix all the things they wanted. They had the opportunity to change anything they wanted, and all they did was took off the tutorials.
That's all they took off.
They left the scoreboard. They left the damage numbers. They kept talking about the damage numbers. They wanted the damage numbers.
Yes, because as people, that's what I'm saying. Like all these people who are complaining about the HUD and the damage numbers, they don't actually play these games. Like why wouldn't you not want to see the damage numbers?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I will turn the damage numbers off.
Well, that's skill issue. That's Jay's skill issue. But
no, but I understand not wanting to see him. I usually I didn't have him on for Avengers.
I definitely flexed a little bit on Avengers, but I understand how if you're playing if you're trying to capture gameplay just to show off, yeah, turn off the HUD because you want to make it look clean. But if you're working on builds and trying to gauge the damage numbers and everything like that, yeah, you're gonna want to have you want to see how much damage you're doing.
Man, casual out here. I don't get this joke.
Look, is it a racial joke?
Well, I don't know. It's casual Avenger making a joke about Lejeune.
Hold up. Let me refresh my thing.
Lejeune's memory is leaving. He'll have to retire soon. Oh, you froze though.
Yeah, I'm in Opera GX, by the way. I wanted to switch it up just to see if it didn't crash. It did.
Well, I guess it's me now. Sadot will be back. So what do you want to talk about? Yeah, so listen, we're like 11 days away. He was struggling to remember something during the stream, and I told him he's got to retire. Gotcha. Okay. We're so close. We're 11 days away. People were saying, yeah, exactly, Cody. Thank you. You got the reference. So people are saying you can preload the game now on Xbox. Crazy.
Preload Xbox now. That might actually be the year for Xbox.
You know, we'll
They
see.
they might have a Game of the Year nomination that isn't Forza for once.
Oh, I'm just glad somebody got the reference. So that's funny. That was definitely a Cody. So, what do you want to talk about?
Dead game. The game died before launch, unfortunately. Hate when that happens. Miller actually mentioned something about another game that is going to probably be getting some shall we say criticism before launch, a la Suicide Squad, and it's from, ironically, funny enough, the last studio who tried to make a superhero live service game work, and that's Crystal Dynamics.
Uh-oh.
They actually recently, we actually recently got word that they were doing a Tomb Raider remaster was coming out of Tomb Raider 1 through 3, but the big Tomb Raider game is the Unreal 5 Tomb Raider that's now being published by Amazon. Obviously, that after Embracer had a fire sale, fortunately they were able to double their money. I heard they reportedly bought Crystal Dynamics and all those other studios for 300 mil, and they sold just the IP of Tomb Raider by itself to Amazon for 600 mil. So that's a nice little come up. And they also worked out a deal so that Amazon is basically publishing and footing the bill on that instead of having the Embracer Group fund it. But despite that, Tomb Raider was supposed to have something to show last year, and they did not. They did not have anything. I'm hearing very bad things behind the scenes. Here it's not going well. Obviously, Crystal Dynamics had some layoffs. Everyone at Embracer did, but yeah, they're having some development issues on the game. I'm hearing there was some reported leaks about the story and direction that don't sound very promising. This game, when they do finally announce it, I think Suicide Squad is definitely going to be out of the spotlight, and that's going to be the new punching bag because I have a feeling it's going to be bad. It's going to be a bad one. Like people already, because people like if you thought gamers were petty, like they cannot go a day without mentioning Marvel's Avengers.
It really is true. Like, and it's crazy because, like, I mean, Marvel's Avengers had its issues, but its issues were work related. I mean, like, yeah, the raid was the raid, okay, but like the only real issue with Marvel's Avengers was the fact that they couldn't produce enough content, and
the engine was shite.
Yeah, but like when it worked, it was fine, you know.
In single player,
yeah, and mostly, I mean, that's mostly how I played, except when I was streaming. If you were playing anything but the raid, it was mostly fine, you know. Yeah. But they couldn't keep up with the content, and that was honestly if they could have kept up with the content, we would still be playing it right now. We would still like complain about it and whatever, but like how many times did you run the raid? That same piece of shit raid that was gonna break like at least 1 out of 3 times that you did it. Admit it.
Definitely in the 50s.
50s? Thousands?
Definitely not that high. At a certain point, I once I got most of what I needed, I like went away from the raid just because there's just no point in doing it, because the problem is like also like the best piece of gear. The reason why I didn't go too hard on the raid is because the best gear pieces didn't come from the raid. The most sought after piece in the game was that Tachyon anomaly drop in the raid slot. Like once I had like the best pieces, like the raid stuff was like an accessory. Like there weren't really any chase pieces in the raid.
Yeah.
So I play it, I do stuff, I did content around it, and I run it. I ran the raid the most when they had that bug that lets you turn the time gating off.
Yeah.
But as soon as they patched that, I was like, well, fuck this. I'm not playing this anymore. Like, because it was ass. It was ass. Not only was it just ass itself, but the fact that they time gated it so that you couldn't even get the rewards until you had to wait. You have to wait a week.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like anything Suicide Squad is time gated. It seems like
Yeah.
as long as you can go out there and grind the currency, you can run this stuff as much as you want.
Yeah, I think you lose the currency when you lose the currency when you die. But yeah, but I think everyone else, if you're in a squad, you like split. It looked like they were splitting the costs. They were paying their share.
Oh, interesting. I did not pick up on that.
That's I remember Derek saying like paying your share. Don Gio with the 5. Hopefully you guys are hyped for the game and probably for a sale. Or if they announce Death Show is DLC, prefer him over Deadshot. Well, you're definitely going to enjoy it whenever you do pick it up. I cannot say what the identity of the DLC characters are, but
But maybe around Halloween, from what I understand.
Yeah, maybe anything's possible. You might turn on, catch a surprise at some point. You never know. But but when it comes to live service games, it is generally a good idea to kind of take a wait and see approach. Firstly, I got to play the closed alpha, so I already made up my mind that I'm gonna be playing the game. But most games don't let you play it beforehand. I think they should, but the fact that you actually got to play Suicide Squad, and now we literally just got to watch the 3 of the biggest streamers and competitive gamers in the world play it for 3 straight hours.
Yeah.
it's like at this point, make up your mind. Like if if you actually watch that stream and you walked away like, not for me, perfectly understandable, perfectly fine. But I saw a lot of positive comments at the end of that, so I think it won a lot. It won even more people over by the end of it. But like at that point, it is just a matter of are you informed? Are you actually paying attention? Because at this point, with all the information that's out there, you can immediately tell when someone is talking stuff about the game that has done no research. You got Midnight Suns or Holidays. I'm seeing a lot more of these comments.
Yeah.
I've been noticing now on the timeline that people have been discovering Midnight Suns
and a little bit of Gotham Knights.
And Gotham Knights. Yeah, well, the Gotham Knights thing has been happening for a while, especially after it went to Game Pass.
Right.
I saw just an explosion of comments, especially on Reddit, where it's like, "Hey, I just picked up Gotham Knights, and I don't understand all the hate. Why did people say it's the worst game ever? I love this game, or it's so much fun."
Yeah,
I'm seeing a lot of those comments, and now I'm seeing like people getting a Midnight Suns now that they could get it on sale. Actually, funny enough, speaking of, glad you brought Midnight Suns, I just forgot. I was just going around through the PlayStation Store because I had just downloaded some PlayStation Plus stuff. I was looking around for different, Marvel or anything, and I noticed that the Midnight Suns season pass with all the DLC all the DLC stories was on sale. $20.
Not bad.
So I grabbed them all immediately. I was like, "What?
Oh, you haven't played as Venom yet, have you?"
I haven't played any of them.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest with you. Venom. When you play Venom, I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Like, you should stream it. Venom might be the best character in the game.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've been thinking. I've been trying to find something to stream while waiting for Suicide Squad. I want to stream another superhero game. I think I might have to. Like, I have the excuse now because I have all the. I love Midnight Suns. I have all the DLC now, And yeah, I think I think we'll do a Venom stream. We'll do it. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, like I love Deadpool. Like Deadpool's really great too. Obviously one of my favorite characters of all time, but Venom, they nailed it with Venom. Like he's got some broken cards.
Ooh, I can't wait. And he's Venom, Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
Not Harry Osborn.
The way it should be.
Yeah, the way God intended. The WB check must have hit. No.
For who?
For Jay? Not for me. $20 is I don't need a WB check for that one. That's it.
You know what? I should mention I was sponsored by Marvel's Midnight Suns.
Hashtag spawn.
They did actually cut that check for that one. No, actually, I made 10 promotional videos for the game.
Mm-hmm.
Promotional videos, aka videos I was going to make anyway, and they just gave me some money for it. So.
Yeah, so can't beat that, yeah.
And that's the thing. I'm never gonna if I ever get like a deal or anything like that, it's not gonna be to shill the game. It's going to be to make a specific promotional video for the game.
Yeah.
And that's I think a little bit different, and people have these weird fantasies about what getting paid by these companies means. Okay. So like today, Lupo, Tarik, and Shroud, they obviously got paid to do what they did today by WB. They flew them out there, all of that stuff, right? And like they're not there to like sell you the game. They didn't sit there the whole time saying, "Oh, Marvel's Midnight Suns, pre-order now." Yes, they had their pre-order links, okay, in their chat and whatever, but their job was to just play the game and be honest. Like, I don't think anything that they said during that stream was anything other than honest and genuine. And I think that's the best part about it. They were professionals. Okay.
100%.
And that's what you have to do. And all I can do is say, "Hey, look, I'm sponsored by Elgato." Okay.
Yeah.
So
now,
yes, I love
obviously there, full disclosure, there with these type of deals, there are limitations to what you're allowed to say, not just for spoiler purposes, but they don't want you coming on and like being a troll and be like, oh, this is dog shit,
Right. But, like I'm sponsored by Elgato, right? I love their gear. I get their gear. Yes, it definitely helps my wallet, but like I have to disclose that, when I'm talking about Elgato, and you have that opportunity to decide, all right, well, I don't know if I am 100% on board with what you're saying because, you're sponsored, so, and that's fair. Like I promise you, I'm always gonna be honest though.
I'm not sponsored by Elgato, and I'm talking to you right now on an Elgato microphone with an Elgato green screen behind me.
So there you go. You know what I mean? By the way, I just re-signed for another year with Elgato.
Ooh.
And that is what my big announcement on Twitter was supposed to be. There's some link that I'm waiting for. As soon as I get that, I'm going to be running a giveaway next week. Hopefully next week for an Elgato HD60S Plus capture card.
Ooh.
I've got it back there in the background.
I don't have that Elgato capture card. I have the I have the S Plus.
That's what I just said.
It's not the new one? Isn't there a newer one?
This is not the newest one.
Okay.
This one came out maybe a year ago. They just sent it to me, and I've had it. I'm like, "Hey, can I give this away?" I'm like, yeah, you're good.
Yeah. You said the HD60S Plus?
HD60S Plus, yes.
Oh yeah, that's the one I have.
Yee.
It's good. It's a good capture card.
It's a great capture card, yeah.
Can't confirm.
So we'll be giving that away at some point very soon.
Yeah, that was a good value. But the thing is, with a lot of creators, they don't take these deals unless there is some interest on some level, or like
Right.
especially a full stream. Like I've done a sponsor stream before. It wasn't for a game that I played before. It was not on my radar, but they were offering quite a bag, and I was like, yeah, sure. Let me try. Let me look at the before I even took the first sponsorship deal. I was like, all right, let me look up the game. Let me check it out. See if it's something I would conceivably play. And I was like, okay. And then I actually played it beforehand. I was like, oh, this is actually kind of fun. And what? And because I was like, well, if I got to fill 2 hours, I can't if the game sucks or I hate it.
Right.
So I played it. I was like, oh, this is actually fun. All right, cool. We do this. And I went ahead and rocked out with it. So definitely Lupo and them weren't going to be like, oh, I'm not. This is dog shit. I'm not playing this. Like they clearly were. We could clearly tell they've been playing a little bit. They clearly were enjoying it enough. They weren't. If they thought this was like the worst thing ever, they weren't gonna do it.
Exactly.
They definitely wouldn't have been having as much fun as they were.
Yeah, and they genuinely looked like they loved it. Like I know there were some people in our circle that were concerned about it, but like I trust WB. Like they know what they're doing. Like I know this is more traditional. And I appreciate, because like I felt like I got tagged a few times in tweets. Oh, you should let JayShockblast and Lejeune play it, or Jay and Caboose. I would have been the wrong person to showcase that. Like I'm good at stuff.
Jay skill issue was definitely the wrong one.
I'm not that bad, but like I think what they did was better, because
way better.
I already love superhero games.
Yes.
And this is a game that I'm already going to be into.
And you already reviewed it for the preview of it.
Exactly. Those three guys are three people that are a little adjacent to what we do, right?
Yeah.
Like you could see them possibly sliding in, but they're not a guarantee. And that's the bigger thing that's important, is they're top tier professionals, very professional creators, and you're getting the opportunity to bring them in to a world they might not have gone into, and you're letting their audience, their already built-in audience, do it. It was a calculated choice, and it paid off, I think.
Yeah, because there's a lot of upside. Like obviously they could have gotten with Caboose and had like a developer stream or whatever like that, but like respect to Caboose, but like no one's going to be convinced. Like we already know Caboose liked the game.
Exactly.
We already know Lejeune and JayShockblast like the game, and they're good at the game. Like that's not going to win it over. That's not going to get them maximum upside. Like I was watching a Shroud stream. He had 15,000 concurrent views.
Did you say I was good at the game?
No.
Yes, you did.
No, I said Lejeune.
I was in that sentence.
I said Lejeune Caboose. I was like, I know. I said I know you like the game.
No, it's not broken.
Well, based on your performance at the preview event, definitely can't say you're
fine.
definitely can't say you're good yet. But you keep working, you'll get there. But like Shroud had 15,000 concurrent on Twitch watching him play Suicide Squad, get a Justice League. Lejeune wasn't going to get that. Caboose wasn't going to get that.
Yeah.
My peak, I think the most concurrence I ever had on a single live stream was maybe like 5,000.
Same.
Like, yeah, I'm not gonna have 1,500 people, 15,000 people in there. Like that's what they were going for, and to have those guys with that names, with millions of subscribers, millions of followers, playing the game and potentially enjoying it, which would help kill the noise, because you have a lot of casuals who are just like looking from the outside. They haven't learned a lot, but they see people share bad faith articles on whatever on Twitter, and they think, oh, everyone must hate this game. This game is terrible. And then they actually see see these huge creators playing it, actually enjoying it, making it look fun. You're like, oh, wait a minute. Like at some point, I was reading the chat on Shroud stream, and I saw someone wrote in the chat, "Wait, this is multiplayer?" Like imagine we're less than 2 weeks away from launch, and there were people who didn't even realize it was a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Like this is why you want it in. You go for the Dr. Lupos and the Shrouds, because you want to fight that misinformation and that ignorance by putting it in front of as many eyeballs as possible. That's why you have a dev there they can walk you through, explain the stuff while the other guys play it and ask questions. And that's why I think you just got to call it a dub. Like it worked out. Like it would have been perfect if they didn't have any of the bugs, but the ones they did have, they kept it to a minimum. And I think overall, a lot of people walked away convinced, like, oh, actually, what I heard on Twitter was bullshit, and I'm going to give it a try.
Interesting rumor that Paul Tassi just retweeted.
What did the Tassie man say?
Possible Starfield being removed from Walmart. On Monday, January 22nd, the Xbox Series X Starfield video game will be marked down to 3 cents to prepare for its disposal at store level. Thank you for helping process this item off our shelves.
The fuck?
It looks very possibly real, but I don't. That's weird.
I saw Starfield popping up on Twitter. It was in some console war stuff because they just released some numbers about end of year. That's where we got to see the confirmation that Hogwarts Legacy was the biggest selling game of the year. But also surprisingly, Spider-Man 2 was I think they saw it outsold Call of Duty on PS5. It's the in 2020 in December, it was the 4th most played game on PS5, behind only like Roblox, Call of Duty, and Fortnite.
Which game is this?
Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. But Starfield, Starfield was one of the biggest selling games on Steam last year. It was like top 4. And it was also, I think, the 11th highest selling game of the year.
11th highest selling game of the year, but the Steam player, I think I think for what they saw for the month, it was the 15th most played Xbox game, and it wasn't top 20 on Steam.
But the thing is, still being the 11th selling game of the year when you're on Game Pass is still pretty impressive.
It's still impressive, but what people did bring up was the quote that's unfortunately going to haunt Xbox for a long time of Game Pass sells game. It's not going to be like, obviously Game Pass is going to affect games. Like if you can skip buying investing $70 in a game. Like,
I'm wondering, there was a Starfield SKU that was basically a deluxe edition that came with the extra stuff and a steelbook and a little patch. I think I have the patch right here, maybe. Yeah, this patch right here. And it was $30. I wonder if that is part of the sales numbers, you know what I mean?
I mean, it should be.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Because it didn't come with the actual game. It was only $30, and you're getting the DLC. It was basically like a cool bonus if you wanted that extra stuff and the physical steelbook, but we're gonna play on Game Pass.
Did they also count I'm sure they counted the Spider-Man 2 bundles and
yeah, I mean, as they should.
But yeah, like the rally of Starfield I think they would probably still call it a successful game, but not as successful as they wanted.
That's fair.
Not by Bethesda standards.
Yeah,
and
well,
and obviously didn't live up to the hype.
I'm like right about to beat the game, and I haven't yet because like I have to upgrade my grav drive. I can't get to the last location, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So I'm like just trying to like go through my skill tree and level up the grav drive, which requires me to level up a couple more times. So where was I going with this?
See, he's bored.
Yeah. Oh no, that's what it was. That was. So I decided like right around New Year's to just stream it. And I was like, all right, there's like 30 people watching me. And I just happened to look at Twitch. And if I was streaming on Twitch with 30 people watching me, I would have been like the number 4 streamer.
Should did on Twitch.
Well, I mean, I was also on Twitch, but like, what I'm saying is like sometimes you've got this perception like that you're like not doing very well, but then you put it into perspective and it's like, oh, okay, that's fine. But the point was that like nobody's really watching it on Twitch either.
Yeah, so. It's just not in demand. Like it is what it is. And
all right, I gotta take my pee break.
Boo.
I'll be right back.
So while Jay's peeing in the corner, we can check out the chat. What's up, Eric? You still haven't beat Starfield? I still haven't played Starfield. And yes, you can say, well, Sadot, you don't have an Xbox. You couldn't play Starfield. Technically not true. I could theoretically have Game Pass, a Samsung Gaming Hub enabled TV, and I could play Starfield without owning an Xbox. I didn't do that, but the option was there. I just did. It was a game that just didn't interest me. Like it was something I was interested in when they first announced it, because I loved the idea of a space game. Like when No Man's Sky was first revealed, I was like, yes, that's the game I want. I love outer space. Contact was like one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. I love the idea of space exploration. I love that. And when I saw Starfield, I was like, okay, if this is like current gen No Man's Sky, I would buy an Xbox to play this because I love exploration. I want to explore space, and it's not going to be a full procedural open universe, but 1,000 explorable planets, exploring like that could be cool. And then when I saw like the gameplay and I started learning more, a bunch of stuff leaked, and the more I learned, I was like, yeah, not for me. Not interested. Like even when it launched, I gave it a chance. I looked at people playing. I'm like, nah, not at all. So once again, Fable and Pokemon Guns is the main thing that will get me on Xbox again. I think, yeah, it has to be a newer model of the Samsung Smart TV to get the Samsung Gaming Hub. I think it has to be from like a model from like the last year or two. You can get a decent one on Amazon for like $500.
What are we getting on Amazon for $500?
Racist. Samsung. We're talking about Samsung Gaming Hub. The way I could theoretically play Starfield without having an Xbox.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't be able to like do anything. Like, I mean, anything in general, not just Starfield.
Yeah, but it is an option. I just wanted to play.
Well, I think I was the first to tell you about that after I got to use the Samsung Game Hub.
For sure. I didn't capitalize on it, but it's out there in the ether.
Yeah.
I'm probably just gonna get the Xbox. I measured out my TV stand that I have everything, my whole setup on, and I think it can fit the mini fridge. as long as I put it, I think if I put it sideways, it should be okay. I just have to move my PS4 out the way. But I think it can make it work. I'm trying to decide when I should get it. I think I'll wait until I want to make sure I get my hands on Power World, and I guess I don't think it's worth. I don't think I need to wait for Hellblade. I'm probably just going to be playing Fable 2 anyway. let's keep it a buck.
Yeah, I mean they had been on sale for like $350 everywhere. I don't know if they still are, but
yeah, I want the X though. I want that cheap.
Yeah.
I want that cheap shit.
That's what I'm saying though, is that they were.
I saw it on Amazon for like $450.
Yeah, I know they had been on sale for $350 for a while. Yeah, they're $450 right now.
I need that JayShockblast discount.
I bought mine twice.
He got his with that WB money.
Yeah.
Y'all know how I feel about Power. It's definitely a JayShockblast game, but it looks like something I'd want to play because it is not exactly, but for the most part, the Pokemon game I wanted Nintendo to make for like years, like a legitimate open world Pokemon game on console with real time combat. I wanted all that, the crafting, building, a hideout, a base, fighting with the Pokemon and against them. Like they got all that. That's what I wanted Nintendo to make. So it appeals to me. And not only can you experience that with Power World, but unlike Nintendo, they're not going to immediately strike you if you try to stream it.
I mean, Nintendo isn't giving that problem anymore. They used to.
It was bad. Yeah. But you don't have to worry about. You don't have to have that hanging over your head. You can make whatever content you want on Power World without worrying about Nintendo coming down on you. And that's all I think. I think I might just grab the Xbox and stream it.
Love to see it.
Just to try it.
I'll join. We'll co-stream.
Of course, he wants to be there for that.
I think CM Punk is gonna win.
Are you talking about wrestling?
Royal Rumble.
Wrestling's fake.
I mean, I was actually just looking at Twitter, and apparently right now, Bailey is the favorite to win the women's Royal Rumble. Let me just tell you, I got to go to the Royal Rumble last year. That I'm obviously not going this year. I don't know if they're doing an event this year, but I have not been invited. So I'm kind of sad about it because like that experience was so cool. Like I loved everything about everything that I did. Like it was just
should have made more WWE 2K videos.
I mean, I made a good amount and they still get views. Like
more.
Yeah, I just didn't know. It's not authentic for me to like do some of the other stuff. Like I did all the John Cena stuff because I knew that's what people would be looking for. Actually, my brother Ghost played it for me and I just edited the video. Because WWE 2K is his game. Like
JayShockblast exposed.
Oh, I mean, I admitted it. You know what I mean? Oh, what is Sadot's favorite Pokemon?
Mewtwo.
Makes sense.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah. Didn't ask me.
Didn't care.
Well, I could show you. It's Eevee.
Of course it is.
So, yeah. But yeah, it was so cool, man. Like, honestly, the Royal Rumble was a dream come true. I like Eevee. Yeah. Like, I've been to some of like the biggest moments in wrestling history. Like, I was at the Monday Night Raw that Mick Foley won the world title from The Rock. That famous moment that changed everything forever, you know? And I was at WrestleMania 14, the one in Boston where Shawn Michaels lost to Stone Cold with Mike Tyson there. So, like, those are two huge matches.
Imagine being in the audience with with a Owen Hart. Shit happens.
Oh God, that was in St. Louis. Yeah,
bro.
that was brutal. Oh, actually, in AEW, I was on TV multiple times for AEW. That was pretty cool. Hold on, let's see if I can find that real quick. All right, here we go.
Oh wait, did you? Speaking of The Rock, did you? Before I went on the stream to set it up, I saw Moist Critical. He's a big creator, streams, does reactions.
Yeah, I know he is.
He did a video. he did it, which he admits was petty, and didn't matter, but it really bothered him. But he made a video basically just shitting on The Rock.
Oh God.
who I love, but apparently there's this ongoing thing where The Rock is apparently lying about trying In-N-Out for the first time.
Oh God.
Like it's like a recurring thing. he just recently made a video on Instagram where he pulled up to but he was like, yeah, this is my first time ever having In-N-Out. He ordered I think 2 In-N-Out burgers and a bunch of fries, and he was like, yeah, yep. And he said, I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to order. I wasn't sure, but I'm a quick study. I figured it out. And he also didn't show himself eating it on camera, so we didn't get to see that.
In-N-Out sucks. I've had In-N-Out. It is so gross. So yeah, this was the second ever AEW Dynamite. This is one of my best friends, Tim.
Why are you making that? Why are you all making that face?
Because we're in the middle of saying SVU.
Look like you're in the middle of sucking some souls out.
Hold on. There's another one.
He find it, but that was the recent video he made, and then Moist Critical showed a older video where The Rock posted on his Instagram, and he had 2 In-N-Out burgers and fries, 2 orders of fries, and he had of course his brand of tequila, and he made a video talking about, yep, this is my cheat meal, first time ever having an In-N-Out burger, first time trying the fries. I picked up In-N-Out burger for people before, never tried it myself, and I'm gonna try it with my brand of tequila. He had to promote that as well, and and apparently there was like a third time where he apparently where we don't see him with the food, but so he said I don't count that, but there's at least one other time where The Rock made a video where he talked about eating In-N-Out for the first time as a cheat meal and how big a deal it was. It is weird.
Yeah,
I still love The Rock. It is a bit weird, like, to just lie about that, like because that's definitely not something he forgot,
right?
Like, and even before he made that video, I know like he definitely had In-N-Out before, but it is a weird marketing thing. Like, I feel like because it'd be so easy to say, hey, I'm a big fan of In-N-Out. You remember from my last cheat meal, I had In-N-Out and it was so good I had to try it again. So we're back. We're returning In-N-Out. Maybe if they have a new item on the menu, you can promote, like, just to act like you never had it, like you did. Not only to act like you never had it before, but to act like you don't even know how fast food works. Like oh, I didn't know how to order. I didn't know how to give them money. Like,
didn't he grow up in California though?
Did he? I don't know.
I don't know.
I didn't watch his show. I didn't watch the his version of Everyone Hates Chris. but it was funny. It was weird.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, though,
I would love wrestling if bro, I grew up on wrestling. The keyword
he's met The Rock.
I literally have a picture somewhere in my room with me sitting next to Dwayne The Rock Johnson. What do you mean? If I would understand the entertainment. I literally was sitting next to The Rock, not current movie star, sideburns. Rock. Sideburns, full sideburns. That Rock. That's who I have a picture with, buddy.
Rock grew up in Florida. Okay.
Don't question my wrestling credentials. I grew up a wrestling fanatic, but the key is I grew up and I grew out of it.
I just enjoy like the soap opera of it all.
Yeah, it can, and I can understand the appeal. Like, it's not like I don't understand the appeal ever. It's just my interests changed when I got older, and I no longer followed wrestling.
Yeah, CM Punk's my favorite, and now that he's kind of back and everything, it's just like Monday nights are basically that's all I do is watch Raw. All right, here it is. I got it. This is my favorite one. I like to post this when I'm agreeing with somebody on Twitter. I had to go get it off my phone. Just me nodding my head in the background. I just think it's so great that they like zoomed in. Yeah, we do. Yeah, but hey, listen, it was fun. So
it is fake and it is funny. But okay. I was a huge wrestling fan. I eventually became a bigger ECW guy because I was a
Philly.
counterculture kind of guy,
and Philly,
of course. But Rob Van Dam, Taz, Sabu. I was like, oh, you watch WCW or you watch WWF. I watched the real. I watched Sabu and Taz. Yeah, they would fuck those. I was one of those.
You wanna feel real old? Taz's son just fought Samoa Joe for the AEW World Title on Wednesday.
No way.
Yep.
Damn. I still remember when Taz went to WWF at WWE at the time, and they fucking made him an announcer. I was like, oh, they ruined this man.
That's what he's doing now. I mean,
they fucking ruined Taz.
Yeah, I think his body was done at that point, though.
Yeah, he was never the biggest physical specimen.
Yeah, well, his son's in real good shape, though.
I would hope so.
Yeah, his son is pretty solid. I have not sat down to watch CM Punk's horror movie. I'm not a horror movie guy. That's where I draw the line.
Horror movies to me mostly are ass. Like I like some of the classic ones that that are campy. Most of them make me laugh. Some of them are. It's a rare when I find a horror movie that's legitimately it's good. It's really good. But it's like, yeah, they don't really scare me. Like, there's some, like, Cabin in the Woods is my favorite horror movie of all time, but it's not scary. Like it doesn't scare me at all, but it's just a really good movie, and I thought it was really clever.
I'm just not just never. Here's the thing: first name's Jason, middle name is Michael. I was born on Halloween. You would think
metal,
but no.
Nope. Yeah. No. And perfectly fair, because some of those movies are good. A lot of them are ass.
Yeah.
they made a lot of them.
We used to have a horror movie convention here in Worcester, and I've met I met Tony Todd that way. But
Candyman.
I actually met Corey Haim.
No way.
Yeah, I have like the sickest picture I took of Corey Haim and Brooks something. I forgot his last name. They're both in the Lost Boys, and Corey Haim was actually super nice, and I actually got a picture of him getting a tattoo as well. But let's see if I can get this real quick. Which Rocket Shock was that?
My dad, that was one of my dad's favorite movies. The Thing. We watched it when I was a kid. Probably irresponsible, but who cares? But haven't seen that in a while. But I have seen The Christmas Chronicles by Kurt Russell, which is one of my favorite Christmas movies now.
That's a pretty sick picture, right?
That is goated.
Yeah. So I took that one, and hold on. Let me see if I can. I have the one of him getting the tattoo. Whatever. Oh, you know who else was at this? Hot Rod Roddy Piper.
What do I like that's real? UFC. Hold that.
I do enjoy some UFC.
I like a good UFC match. Non-scripted. I was going to say NBA, but then I realized actually that is scripted.
Here you go, right here. I didn't get a picture with him, but there he is, Tony Todd.
We are Venom himself.
Look at that. Imagine being that close to the Hot Rod. Still looking good.
Pause.
Hold on. I know I have a picture in
Whoa.
here. Oh, that's Hatebreed, Jamie Josta. So that was the one that didn't come out as good. But I swear I know I have a picture of him. There it is.
That one.
Yeah, there he is getting his tattoo. So I don't know. That's kind of cool, I thought. I mean, most people don't really even understand at this point how big of a deal Corey Haim was in the 80s. That the two Corys.
They weren't, because let's be honest, most of the chat weren't alive in the 80s.
No.
I mean, I was when Corey Haim was popping, I wasn't even alive.
Yeah, there was a point where Corey Haim, that dude was like one of the biggest people in the world.
Huge star.
And then the
Illuminati got his booty hole, and
yeah,
things took a turn.
Yeah, you could say that.
Unfortunately.
Anyway, that was our trip down memory lane.
Yep. All right, so I think we wrap it up for one week. It's been a blast as usual.
I see what you did there.
We'll catch you next week when there's some interesting stuff coming up next week. That's all I'll say. I'm not going to say anything else, but if you're a Suicide Squad fan, definitely keep your eyes open. Also, if you're a PlayStation fan, potentially.
Do we think we have a state of play next week?
I'm just.
Who's to say?
Allegedly.
So, appreciate you. I'm Sadot the Gamer.
I'm Casual Avenger.
Liar.
JayShockblast.
Zip it up and zip it out. Peace. All my naysayers.
My naysayers.
He almost said.